Yeah, good evening, guys. And just to know more kind of just a commentary about many of the things that we have looking at, right? Particularly, I'll talk about in this. I'll look at. Let me just talk about a few pairs, so not to really bulky with you a lot of time here. So today we talked about NZUST earlier into the year. I talked about the fact that I'm expecting the price should continue to move towards this liquidity pool here. That's exactly what I'm expecting, right? And I think if I'd spoken about NZ several times, um, maybe not necessarily in the general group, but with the inside community, I've spoken to them about um, New Zealand dollar a couple of times, and I've spoken to them about the fact that I'm expecting a long-term sell. If we check here as well, I think I must have. Um, Let me check. You know, 2024. Let me see what I showed there. Okay, on a long time, I'm still expecting that price should come to 0.39010. Let's quickly check that. Let's see how that is going. Let me check on the highest time frame. Oh, so I was talking about the fact that I'm expecting it to come to this liquidity. Okay, right. Yeah, I haven't seen price, feel off this imbalance here. It's because we can necessarily say we just neglect all this. I think I'll okay, I'll stay. That's basics. That's all. I don't commonly use this, so why you have this? Okay. So this being the leg up, the range, this high, and this low, and the retracement into this. So if we check that with Fibonacci retracement, that will be price has really come to a premium level, very good premium level, and we can sell from there. So we have that, and you can necessarily expect that price should continue to move down. So on a long term on NZUSD, I'm actually looking at least this intermediate low also to be taken. Right. So this is the immediate draw liquidity that I'm looking at here. I'm looking at this low here. That's a long term, right? That's a long term trade. Someone could necessarily say I'm seeing also a few of the gap here or imbalance, right? I wouldn't deny that when I saw this candlestick the earlier into the year, I was expecting that price would actually come into this little gap, but the imbalance was not being reached to. Right, it wasn't being reached to, as we have it done here. Right, price came in here. We have break in market structure, a retracement up, and then boom to the downside. We where am I expecting price to actually go to in the long term is to be drawn towards this liquidity here first, and after that, I might be expecting that price should come down here. Um, well, of course, I spoke about AUD coming on a long term drawdown. I'm expecting, yeah, I mean, this low has been taken, and this low may be the next target that will be. And if you check closely, you would see with me that there is a sense of an equal, sorry, it's just a commentary necessarily to mention this equal low, the relatively equal lows, the low and the low. People call it double bottom, right? I'm expecting this liquidity to actually be grabbed and price continue to move. And after that, we can actually check whatever it is that we want to check. But of course, um, we've seen the momentum price has been keeping, trying to come to the lower side, right? So of course that. Today I actually wanted to talk fully about Ethereum, which is the main Ethereum and BTC, which is the main focus to why we are having this commentary, right? So I spoke about the fact that earlier last now it's I think 2 weeks now. Oh, it was last week commentary. Yeah, I made a commentary that I said I'm expecting that if this liquidity here is being taken, I would be expecting. I said I remember mentioning that I was not really so convinced that this low and this high is an actual reversal that I'm expecting. That this low is not too definite enough. I would rather love this low and this low to be rated before I could necessarily believe that price. Sorry about that. So I expect that if that happen, then we can see price coming here and there from $88,000. We may expect that price should, you know, we now go to 150,000. Just me thinking, right? Just me, you know. I don't make the decision, so of course. But of course, if price comes to this level, it will be a very good one, right? It will be a very good one. I remember drawing this diagram that if price comes here a little bit low, I expect a retracement, then I expect a push to this very particular place before we might be expecting that price should buy or go to the swap. But that's just what I'm looking at until this low is taken. I'm expecting a kind of push to the lower side, a retracement back into this other, I mean other block here, and then you expect price to actually come in. The same thing goes for Ethereum. I mentioned that on the monthly time frame, I'm expecting price to, come into this imbalance here, right? I love to see price close into this. This is already the month of October, right? Giving us a sense to this. So if this is the year altogether, you have a low, price expanded to the high. Of course, you're expecting a kind of, you know, retracement, like I mentioned, a fairly price value. I said at least you should be expecting price to come to around $3,000, right? It comes to $3,000. Many investors may want to buy more of that and let it fly. And where would I be expecting? I may be expecting price going back to, like I said, this is very close to 5,000, then returning back to 5,000 and 6,000. But first, a very fair value is that I would a fairly price value is I would love to see it comes into this, right? Once it comes into this, then we might be expecting that price should move from here. So my trajectory for that is that price come into this imbalance, right? Take a turn up, a kind of little bit of raising to, and then we see a boom to 5,000. A boom to 5,000. These are These are necessarily the things that we would be enjoying. I mean, we'll be looking out for, right? These are things I will be looking out for to see if price comes in here. I want to be a buyer to the upside. Otherwise, price takes it slow, and if the slow is taken, well, I mean, I'm not really, thinking that Ethereum is going to sell back to 1,390 or so. I'm expecting price to rather go to 5,000 and more. That's my commentary on Ethereum and on BTC. Like I said the fair value would be for it to come back to 90,000. All right, for it to come back to 90,000. If it comes out to 90,000, that's a very good place to want to have more investors to really come in to go the market to the up go up, and we might be looking at coming back to 125,000 to 130 to 140 and to 150. It's just something very very possible, right? Something very very possible, but I would love to see it come back to fairly come back fairly back to fairly come back to um a fair value around 90,000. Come back to around 90,000. Of course, we may be expecting, and it's a very good place to stay. You can actually look into that. If you're entering as at the mid threshold of that, and your low is just at the very, your low is actually at the last candle close, right? And you're looking at making more money in that, and you look at maybe around 130,000, right? That's gonna be a crazy amount of money, right? It's gonna be getting 2.7 of whatever it is that you're putting on off. So it's just something to look out for. Something to look out for. If that happens, then it will be a good ride. But my height is actually on the main threshold of this Vivid gap on BTC, and I'm expecting that price should come fill this place, sitting there fully. I think that being said, on TXY, I'm expecting price to still go for this high. Right, I'm looking at this breaker block, price reacting from there to first place. So, if you ask me, I'm expecting the price should do that. Price should actually come back here. So let's end a boom to the upside. That's what I'm expecting for now. The price will do that, which we've seen a retracement into that place, and price coming into this, we may be expecting that price should push up to this high, and if that is, then we are fully back. Responding from this delineated fever gap that we've delayed for a long period of time now. So we may be expecting the price should actually come to this high as well, and on, you know, price being fractal. So you can actually look into that on the lower time frame. Take your time, study. Ethereum once again, like I said, I believe that you already know what I'm expecting. I'm expecting price to come back to the 3,000 level. If it comes there, you may be able to take a buy to the upside. Your low can be as low as low here, but you have to be careful. Determine your risk appetite. Look for what works and be able to take the price. Alright, until we meet again, I wish you good luck and good trading.